On this edition of Mocs News, our Mocs take back the night to stop sexual abuse.
One UTC Moc, L. Taylor, gives back in a huge way.
And our Patrick Redding goes out on the streets in the spirit of Halloween.
I'm Madison Toon.
And I'm Shirley's Lundy, and your news starts now.
This past week, UTC stood with survivors for the annual Take Back the Night March. Take Back the Night is an event that was created to stop sexual violence of any kind and give power to survivors of sexual assault. Keynote speaker Kenyette Barnes gave a rousing speech where she pushed everyone to hold abusers accountable for their actions and support survivors. The night consisted of a march throughout campus where students could come out in support of survivors. A candlelight visual was also held afterwards for survivors to safely speak about their abuse. Victoria Turner, the student who organized the event, encourages more people to speak up about abuse.
If there was one thing I could say that I wanted the UTC community to take away from Take Back the Night is that whether you are a victim of assault or someone in your family is a victim of assault, whether you knew the person or they were a complete stranger, whether it was yesterday or 10 years ago, your experience is yours, and it's your story to tell, and it's valid no matter what. And I hope that one day you'll be able to tell it, and if you decide not to, that is completely up to you. And yes, it was not your fault.
A University of Tennessee leader came to campus to share his story of success. The interim president, Randy Boyd, spoke at this week's entrepreneurial breakfast. Boyd started college when he was 16 years old. He graduated 3 years later, saying not because he was smart, but because it was cheaper to do it. Boyd described how he made his fortune designing and marketing an invisible fence product. Boyd has helped launch Tennessee Promise, a program designed to give high school graduates who have a combined income of under $50,000 a free ride for a college degree from UTC, UTK, or UT Martin.
It is finally flu season, and the CDC has a message for all Chattanooga locals. The agency is now encouraging everyone 6 months or older to get a flu vaccination by the end of October. Erlanger Hospital released a report yesterday of higher flu-like symptoms occurring in the past 3 weeks. Hospital spokesperson says 112 cases have already been reported to the Hamilton County Health Department, and this number continues to rise, toppling reports from last year. CDC expects these numbers to increase in the coming weeks.
A UTC student is doing her part in feeding the hungry one sandwich at a time. Elise Taylor goes by the name of Elle, and she makes peanut butter sandwiches to feed the homeless on the street of Chattanooga. She hands them out at night so people won't feel ashamed about accepting the food.
And I am a wedding coordinator here in Chattanooga and essentially full-time caterer on top of student, and I love feeding people.
Read and see more about Elle's story on risingrock.net.
UTC students are a part of a spooky comic venture. They are working with other artists to create a Halloween comic book with a Chattanooga theme. They collaborate at the Infinity Flux comic shop to brainstorm, write, and draw the comic book. We don't know much about the storyline, but we do know that the Walnut Street Bridge is featured. Look for this story coming up Monday at risingrock.net.
Halloween is right around the corner, and many of you may be binge watching your favorite horror films.
Well, on this edition of Mocs on the Street, our Patrick Redden finds out what scary movies awaken our Mocs' deepest nightmares. Take a look.
So, a lot of scary movies out there. A lot of scary movies to be watched. Y'all watched some of them. What movies are so scary you'll never watch it again?
Heredity.
Annihilation.
That was a big word.
Yeah, it's with Natalie Portman.
Annihilation?
And,
You think that was scary?
Yes, dude. So like this alien kind of comes and he mutates the genes of like everything within this certain area, and then Natalie Portman like finds a copy of herself. It's psychologically terrifying.
And it has Natalie Portman in it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What movies are so scary that you guys can never see yourself watching them again?
Human Centipede.
Why? What happened?
The first time I ever watched it, I threw up, so I've never watched it again.
Now, how about you, Cortland?
Mine's Coraline, because the lady with the button eyes is kind of scary.
All right, Abby. We got a lot of scary movies out there.
Yeah.
Is there a scary movie so scary you'll never watch it again?
Yes. What? Wait, what?
Is there a scary movie that was so scary you don't want to ever watch it
Oh,
again?
yeah. The movie Hereditary, I'm never going to see it.
That's the second Hereditary we've gotten. Why was Hereditary so scary?
Well, I haven't seen it, but like I've had friends that have seen it, and they said it messed them up, so I'm like, I'm good. I'm not
So you don't even need to watch it the first time, right?
Yeah, no, and I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, probably not. Probably not
Fair
gonna
enough. If you can't even watch the trailer again, you sure shouldn't watch the movie.
Right, yeah.
Is there a movie so scary you'll never watch it again?
Yeah, Shrek 3, but mostly because it was just a terrible movie.
Okay, sweet. How about you?
Shrek 1, it was very hard for the fairy tale characters. Kind of too gruesome.
Yeah, they were trying to kill him, you know?
Yeah.
It was more of like a sociological horror, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly, yeah.
That's the horror of society.
Yeah, and there was a genocide too.
There was a genocide.
Genocide was a really
Lord
big
Farquaad,
issue.
he was trying to kill all the fairy tale animals.
And we can't have that. Can't have that at all.
Absolutely not.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Bree, a lot of scary movies out there. Is there a movie so scary that you can never see yourself watching it again?
I don't really watch scary movies that often.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't either. You wanna know the last scary movie I watched on my own accord?
What was it?
I don't know if that's how you properly use a cord. The last one I watched was Winnie the Pooh, Booty You 2.
Nice.
I don't do scary. Thank you so much, Bree.
Thanks, Patrick. This Halloween, the library will dress its worst for the annual Halloween party. There will be a Halloween costume contest and an open house for the library services. The winner can look forward to a $50 gift card to Starbucks. Both events will be held on the first floor of the library from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So if you are able to attend, be sure to check it out before it fades out of existence.
Things have definitely cooled off this week as cooler temperatures continue to rise.
That's right. Tadeja, how are things looking for next week?
Thanks, anchors. Next week, you can expect a huge change with temperatures as things warm up. But there will be a rain, so prepare to grab those umbrellas. Tonight, expect some rain with a high of 60 and a low of 57. Saturday, expect more of the same with a high of 72 and a low of 60. Sunday, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 70 and a low of 53. Kicking off next week, expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 75 and a low of 54. Tuesday, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 and a low of 57. That's it for the weather. Back to the news desk.
The basketball team will celebrate the upcoming season with the Halloween event.
The Mocs women's soccer regular season will conclude this Sunday.
The football team will travel to Wofford in a huge SoCon matchup.
The World Series has started play and Game 3 and 4 will begin this weekend.
Our Bailey Biddle has all the latest news on sports.
Thanks, guys. The Mocs basketball teams are going all out this year to treat the fans with Halloween hoops. The event will last for 6 days and will include a men's exhibition game that happened yesterday at 2 p.m., followed by the women's exhibition against Lee at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. The event will conclude on Wednesday, October 30th in the Roundhouse with a meet and greet with the athletes and will include a kids trick-or-treat, inflatables, autograph stations, and giveaways. The event starts at 6 p.m. The women's soccer team's regular season will come to a close this Sunday, October 27th at Sanford. The Mocs have recorded the fourth most wins in school history with 9 and are 4-3-1 in the SoCon. The Mocs also recorded 9 shutouts on the season, which is another school record. The match kickoff is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and can be watched on ESPN+. The Chattanooga Mocs football team will travel to South Carolina this Saturday to play SoCon opponent Wofford. The Mocs are currently undefeated in the SoCon and are top of the conference. The Wofford Bulldogs are currently 3-1 in the standings, and the winner of this game will move to the top of the conference. This is a huge game for the Mocs on the road. Kickoff is at 1:30 p.m. and can be watched on ESPN+. The World Series play has started between the Washington Nationals and the Houston Astros. Game 1 and 2 was played in Houston and saw the Nationals blow out the Astros in convincing fashion. The Nationals will head back to Washington with a stunning 2-0 lead on the Astros. Game 3 and 4 will be tonight and tomorrow and will both begin at 8:07 p.m. If the Nationals win both games at home, they will be World Series champs. I'm Bailey Biddle with Mocs News. Have a good weekend.
If you're looking for a way to give back and support a cause, the Tennessee Valley is hosting its annual Heart Walk this Saturday. The walk will begin at 8:30 a.m. on the AT&T field off of Power Alley. If you attend, you'll be able to walk with donors and volunteers who have joined the cause to fight heart disease and stroke. For more information, contact Ed Cullens at 423-763-4406.
What would you do if you had to fill out a 40-page waiver and had to get it cleared by a physician just to attend a haunted house? Well, the McCamey Manor in Summertown, Tennessee and Huntsville, Alabama is promising an extreme experience that can last up to 10 whole hours. The haunted house is requiring all to be at least 18 years of age, insured, and pass a background check and a drug test. If you dare to enter, the owner reports he will offer thousands of dollars to anyone who completes the tour.
That does it for this edition of Mocs News. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to check out our website at mocsnews.com to continue following the news throughout the week.
And while you're there, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great weekend from all of us here at Mocs News.